longing to touch my body. Okay? Okay, so let's get to work. These are the logos of some Milan-based businesses. Okay? Maybe some of you know this one, the automaker Alfa Romeo. These are two different versions of the logo of the only football team in Milan. Some people are laughing, and I know why. For those of you who don't know so much about Italian football, an urban legend has it that Milan has two football teams. Yeah. That's bullshit, if I can invoke a little French, okay? There's just one team in Milan, Inter Milan, okay? And by the way, I don't have any dog in this fight. I'm neutral. And these are two different versions of the logo of a very popular TV channel. As you can see, maybe not so well because of the size of the pictures, but all these logos have something in common. There's a snake in all of them. And it's supposed to be a very large snake, because it's large enough to be about to eat a man. Sorry, this picture is not very large, but this small red thing here is a man about to be swallowed by the snake. Okay, he's waving his arms, crying out, "Help me out! Help me out!" Okay, so a very large snake, and yet we call it the viper, just like a tiny snake. Now, in Italy, generally speaking, we are bizarre people. But there's a reason why we've been calling that snake a viper for centuries. And I will tell you very shortly. Now, this viper, this snake, is a very Milanese snake. Because it's that snake out there. And that is the coat of arms of the most important family in the history of Milan, the Visconti family. They ruled over Milan from 1277 until 1447. And that period was like a golden age for the city. Actually, not the first one. That was at the time of the Roman Empire, but I will speak about that later, but still a golden age, okay? At the fall of the Roman Empire in 476 AD, Italy was dismembered in several small countries, several small states. It would be unified for the first time only in 1861. It's a huge territory. It included half of continental Europe and all the Mediterranean coasts. So Northern Africa, Middle East, a very vast area. In order to better manage it, Diocletian decided to split the empire into 4 parts, 4 slices. He appointed 3 more men to co-run the empire with him, and each of those 4 guys was entitled to choose the capital of his own slice. One of them, his name was Maximian, chose Milan as his capital. And that was the first golden age for the city I alluded to before. From 286 until 402, Milan was one of the capitals of the Roman Empire. And please note that Rome was not in that list. Rome lost its status of capital in 286. The other 3 capitals were the present Turkish city of Izmit. There are some Turkish people here, right? Okay. Izmit, north of Turkey, not so far from Istanbul. The present German town of Trier. That's it. Did I pronounce it correctly? Okay, thank you. Okay, now here is mainly famous because the philosopher Karl Marx was born there. But in Milan, we know the town very well because our patron saint, Saint Ambrose, was born there. And Saint Ambrose is such an important figure for Milan. There is such a tight connection between Milan and Saint Ambrose that in Italian, in our language, Ambrosian is a synonym for Milan. Okay, so Trier, Izmit and Sremska Mitrovica, a very small town in the former Yugoslavia, okay? A small town today. At that time it was a Jewish city, okay? And Milan was the 4th capital. Milan played a pivotal role during that period. To say just one big thing that took place in Milan in those years is here, that in 313, Emperor Constantine issued an edict that legalized the Christian religion. After that date, no more Christians thrown in the middle of the Colosseum to feed lions and tigers and panthers, okay? And it was in those years, and in particular during the episcopate of Saint Ambrose, who was the bishop of Milan in the last quarter of the 4th century, it was in that period that this church was built. Now, it's not so often that a building as old as this has not been touched by the passage of time. And this is no exception to that rule. I mean, as a whole, this building is such a mess. Ciao. It's such a mess. I mean, so many parts were added over the course of the centuries. For example, these 2 rooms were added roughly 8 centuries ago.